it is more important to be more consistent than to be more optimal. For example, now it is not optimal for me to do this bodyweight training for my hamstring, my posterior chain, and dips for the, for my horizontal pushing, kind of the bench variation, or for the chest, for the that front side. It's more optimal to go to the gym and do a more complete, quote unquote, optimal perfect workout. I mean, this is just 2 exercises, but we have an event after this, and I only have less than 45 minutes to prepare. And it's a workout, it's a training day. I don't want to miss a training session. So what did I do? This. Kind of a circuit, not that optimal because you're not resting in between sets. You can't really hit, some good personal records doing this. In short, it's not an optimal workout. It's not an optimal training session. And the deal is, after she is done drying her hair or straightening her hair, I should be done training and I should be preparing. So this is not an optimal workout. But the way I see it, my philosophy is non-optimal but consistent workouts are better than optimal but inconsistent training sessions. I mean, it's common sense. If you can't continue, how can you accumulate enough training volume to stimulate strength and muscle? Another example is here. I have an event tomorrow. I'm still sore, so I have no choice but to lighten the weight and just fit it in. This is like 11 p.m. nighttime. I mean, I'm tired. I'm from work, and it's really not a good environment to go heavy on and go all out on. So what I did is lighten the weight on my squats, and then kind of a giant set of a pull up, and then an overhead press, because that's the movement that's missing that week. So I have a lot of training sessions like this that I just have to fit it in. I have an abrupt schedule, and I'm confident that you are also relating to this. You have an abrupt schedule and you have to fit it in. That's kind of my encouragement to you now. Fit it in. No matter how not optimal the training session is, fit it in. And it mind you, it produces good strength gains. Sometimes when you train like this, I know it's not optimal for strength, but the endurance, the cardio, the if you don't rest like what I'm doing right now, it trains your heart. And that endurance of doing kind of like a circuit training, but better, because it's the movement, it's the core movements. You are better on the hypertrophy range, the higher rep range. I noticed that you kind of gain strength on the higher rep range if you fit sessions like this, that you're not resting. So in a way, by being consistent and not optimal, you're optimizing your training sessions. Progression is produced by being consistent, right? Not being perfect all the time in your programming. I'm not saying you don't rest. I'm not saying you don't stick to a structure. What I'm saying is think long term. Think that, it's okay to have sessions like this that is not optimal, because in the grand scheme of things, it will help your overall, your overall improvement, because you stick to it, like you fit it in. Even if the problem of most of us is time. Okay, people say, it's not just your priority, and all. It's a problem, especially for breadwinners. time is really, it's really a challenge balancing time. So what I suggest is don't be perfect all the time. Don't stick to, a program of the pros and the fitness dudes that they they live out of this. Okay? 2 exercises, 3 exercises. Fit it in 4 times a week. Okay? And another thing, it's optimal to hit, you're hearing this a lot, it's optimal to hit body parts, twice a week. That's optimal. But if you don't have the time, just hit it once a week. Squat once a week, pull up once a week, like push once a week, and do that for a year. Do that for 3 years. It's better than having 6 day a week workouts, and after 3 months you gave up because it doesn't fit your schedule. Like it's not you. Okay, you're not a gym rat. Okay, so just hit it once a week and be consistent. Build it up.